Good morning, everyone. Myself, Anushri Mittal from NASCOM FutureSkills team. Welcome to today's session on upskilling the workforce to pace up with the digital transformation. Upskilling is a powerful upgrade that can open doors to opportunities for the organization and the workforce alike as we continue to advance digitally. The mantra to get through any obstacle that hinder your way to growth is to keep reinventing yourself. In this webinar, you will learn how upskilling the workforce can benefit your organization. I would now like to introduce today's presenter. We have with us Mr. Rajesh Rai, who is a seasoned professional in the field of cloud architecture. He currently works with Cloudable Inc. with a rich experience of 10 plus years in the IT industry. Currently working as a cloud architect, he has always been a problem solver and has assisted many organizations in achieving efficiency in their productivity. He considers himself a big fan of automation and technology. Two things I would like to bring to everyone's notice are a recorded version of this webinar will be emailed to all the attendees after the webinar gets over. Secondly, we would love to hear from you. Therefore, if you have any questions during the course of the webinar, you can share the same with us in the question box, and these will be answered at the end of the session. Over to you, Rajesh. Thank you.
Thank you, Anusri. Thanks for a nice introduction. So hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. So hope you all are doing fine. My name is Rajesh, and I'm a cloud architect at Sysgaining right now. You can see the screen. My social alias is Mr. Rajesh Rai, which you can use to connect with me later. Great. So yeah, let's get started. I'm really excited to share some of my learnings, which I have accumulated, during my last 10 years of experience, especially building products and services for my current company, Cloudable, as well as my previous companies like Boss, Amazon, Microsoft. Cool. So let's get started. So the agenda for this webinar is, first I'm going to talk about why upskilling is important in your organization. Then I'll cover what are the 5 key practices you can use to upskill your workforce. Then we will see what are the ROIs on upskilling, and then I present you a case study where you will see how technology helped a company called Selcom to become #1 in Malaysia. And then I will show you a hands-on based learning platform, Cloudable Learn. And finally, we will have a Q&A section where I can take up some questions from you. Great. So before we jump in on upskilling, let's understand why technology landscape is changing so fast. The short answer for this question is it's the rise of number of developers and technical savvy people in the industry. These developers are coming from as individual contributor, as well as they are employee of some big companies like Microsoft, Google, Facebook, and others. And as you can see on the screen, the number of developers or tech savvy people are increasing every year. In 2014, it was like below 500,000, but now it has gone past 2.5 million. And this shows how much our contributions are happening in open source communities, and that is the reason the number of software or tools and technologies are running in industry. But the question is, the real question is, the big tech companies, why they are focusing on open source. The honest answer for that is they are able to harness the time and talent of open source developers for free, and also they are able to get their feedback in real time, and that way they are able to make or build better software in less time. So now let's understand why upskilling is important for you. So as we know, the fast changing technology landscape was already disrupting the business processes, and then this pandemic came. It has amplified the adoption of new technologies by at least 10x. So recently, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said that they have seen 2 years worth of digital transformation in just 2 months in their only third quarter of 2020. And due to this adoption or this amount of adoption of technologies, technology leaders and companies are facing really difficult times keeping up with these changes. And again, running off these softwares from open source communities every year. Even reports have revealed that many organizations, many organizations are going through a skill crisis, and industry is seeing the war of talent in full force. A career builder survey has found that 60% of companies cannot fill their open source positions or open positions with qualified candidates. Even Gartner, they have predicted that the companies who will adopt digital first and remote first business model are the key for success of business during this pandemic and even after the pandemic. So the attention on upskilling is happening everywhere, regardless of businesses, size or industry. For example, Amazon recently, they have announced major upskilling investment of more than 700 million that aims to reskill a third of their workforce in US over the next 6 years, because they want to increase automation in their workplace as much as possible. And being a technology leader, you cannot simply depend on traditional training systems, and you must take control of your employees' learning. That's the only way you can keep up with technology changes as well as your customers' expectations. So now let's go through 5 key practices you can use to upskill your workforce. The very first one is before you begin upskilling your team, you must set up specific goals like which technologies you are targeting, what is your timeline, and how much cost you can allocate for the learning of your employees. And do your research and set up your objectives. Please do not go without plan, because result would be not pleasant for you. Some of consequences we have seen on failing of upskillings are: you will learn something which are not needed or not aligned for your company's goal, or you can waste a lot of money where you can do more than that by just investing little. Number 2, you have to focus on creating a personal development plan for your employees, because you cannot just simply enforce learning to your employees. They have to participate as well. And research has shown that personal growth and development empowers your employees to produce better results. So, definitely pull your employees in loop. And you must be knowing that some of your employees are already digitally savvy, and they are actively pursuing new skills on their own. So these employees are very valuable for your company. And research says that you may lose them if you don't give them enough opportunity to improve their skills. So having a personal development plan is very, very important for your company. Number 3, you must use right tools and technologies for the learning platform. So for example, example of some of those technologies are or tools are hands-on based learning platform, which are new in the market, and they are far better compared to deliver the result than traditional learning platforms like video based or content based learning platform. I will show you later part of this webinar my current project, which is Cloudable Learn, how easy to use that platform to deliver quality training to your workforce, and it's like far more effective than the traditional ones. And second very important tool is knowledge management system. So knowledge is the very a very important asset for a business to succeed in the modern digital world. The reason is knowledge gives ability to your employees or your management to take a better and fast decisions. So you having knowledge management system is definitely add on to your success. So fourth one is very interesting. Not everyone likes to learn, as you know, but when employees are rewarded and their work is valued, they are motivated to learn. Research has proven that. So maintain maintain or have some sort of reward in your upskilling process. That way, you can engage more and more employee to learn new things. And number 5. So this one definitely you must have a post-training plan or opportunities. That way your employees, they know why they are learning a new technology and what benefits they are going to get it from. Otherwise, they are going to learn and they will walk away from the company, and somebody else can use their talent to build a better company or products. So as you can see, PwC chairman predicted that in coming years, employees will demand for upskilling as a benefit like any other pension, 401k, or any healthcare benefits. So you must implement upskilling as part of your core business. So next is what you get in return on your upskilling investment. So Harvard Business Review report has suggested or predicted, I would say, that anybody who invests on upskilling, they get at least 300% return on the investment. And not just in terms of cost, you also get benefit in other areas. For example, your employees will not leave your organization soon because they can see better opportunities. As you can see, according to a report from Capgemini and LinkedIn, roughly 55% of people have admitted that they will leave their employer if they do not feel that they are getting right skill or learning in their company. And there are some more benefits of upskilling. One is the performance of your employee is improved by 3 times. Next is you have the talent which you need to do current and future work. At the same time, you don't have to spend a lot on hiring, as you must be knowing that hiring is a very complex process where you have to put advertisement on social or job websites. Then you have to conduct interviews. You bring a person on board, and then you have to spend a lot of time to bring that person to the speed so that he can understand the project, company culture, and start working on that. So you can definitely save a lot of money in hiring if you have an upskilling or learning opportunities inside the company. So now let's talk about a company called Selcom, how they use technology and learning investment to gain their market in Malaysia. So this company is based out in Malaysia, where many other companies are there. In the mid of 2000, they dropped from first place to third place, and that was not good for them. Whether in terms of market share or or any kind of benefits they can provide to their customers. So when executives of that company, they did the research and they wanted to know why they went to the third place from first place. Then they found out that there were so many siloed information systems and business processes inside the organization, and those were not providing good insights about their customers or their business. That was the reason company was doing poorly in terms of customer satisfaction. So once they got that idea, they decided, okay, let's do something to get our customers back. So they invested a huge amount of time and money on technology, processes, and people, so that they can increase their customer retention, and they can integrate all their business processes, which can be used to make a better and fast decisions. And to build that integrated system, the core technology they used was Oracle communication tools. After it took some time for them to build the new system and change the skill set of their company. For that, they hugely invested in employees learning. And once they were able to do that, it took a couple of years, but they were able to retain their spot back to #1. So as you can see, there is a quote from the Suresh Sindhu, who was Selcom's chief corporate and operation officer, that there will always be a competitor who can replace you in terms of cost, but it is harder for them to disrupt your relationship with your customers. So question is, the real question is, how to keep a good relationship with the customer, because that is the only hardest part for any competitors to disrupt. So best way to do that is you have to provide that value to your customer, or satisfaction to your customer, so that they are not ready to switch you for for a small saving on cost with your competitors. And again, according to Laurie and Daniel from Harvard Business Review, they concluded that companies who do not invest on their employees, they fail badly, and ultimately the result can go very bad. So upskilling is definitely the current trend, and everyone who are having the good share in the market, they invest. You can take any example, whether it's a Facebook, Microsoft, Google, any companies who has the top position in the market, they invest a lot, and especially during pandemic, you can see still they are doing good because they did good investment in past. So now let me talk about my current project, Cloudable Learn. So this project is more of a hands-on based learning platform where anybody can learn anything with almost zero configuration. As you must be aware that the hardest part of learning technical tools is setting up environments and configuring that to make it work. So we came up with this tool which we created, and this tool provides a large library of courses which are based on current technologies such as cloud computing, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and data science, and many other technologies. So let me show you how Oracle has used our platform to train their employees as well as their customers on their technologies. So this is the Oracle page where they have set up hands-on based learning plans and some labs which they have shared with their customers and employees. They come here and they take up these labs, and these labs are very straightforward, instruction based, where people are more focused on learning than listening to video lectures, where people learn theoretically, but here it's mainly hands-on and real time. So for example, I'll go to one lab. So this is how the lab landing page looks like, where you can go and see whether this lab is good for you or not. And based on that, once you think that this lab can, this is the lab you want to take, you can just hit the start button. And once the lab is ready, it takes a couple of seconds to become this lab ready, and then you get a console page where you get a pre-configured or fully loaded workspace along with the cloud credential or anything you need to take this lab. So as you can see, this type of learning can help organizations, to deliver quality learning to their workforce without doing investment in any sort of infrastructure or any kind of like processes or programs. Likewise, not just the Cloudable, there are some more vendors out there who works on the same domain. There, and the best part of using learning vendors for your organization is you don't have to invest and think about maintaining your courses, contents, or the infrastructure behind it. You can just use as a service, like any other service you are using. For example, nowadays almost all organizations are using cloud computing as a service, a computing as a service, which is a cloud computing. That way, you can try out different approaches to see which suits your need. Great. So next, I can take up some questions. So if you have any questions, please let me know.
Any questions, anyone? You can write to us in the question box below.
Yeah, you can ask any questions, whether whether you have already a upskilling process in your organization and you want to improve, or you want to set up something from scratch. Feel free to ask anything. So I see a question from Priya that using VLab, did the upskilling time reduce? Yes, Priya, definitely. As you can see that virtual labs, they come up with configured environment where you just go and learn. You don't have to set up or pay to set up your pay or configure your environment. For example, let's say something you want to learn on Azure. So what you have to do is you need to go and have a subscription on Azure, and then you need to know how to create the resources. At the same time, you need to know how to configure them or interconnect them to make them work as per your use case. So that's where VLabs are very helpful. You get everything configured, instructions are curated and given by industry experts along with the environments you need, and yeah, with your configuration from your side, you can learn any technology. Any more questions? Right. So regarding the assessment, so on our platform, the best part is we have something called learning plan, which are more aligned to a job role in the industry where um, uh, or even companies, they can set up their own learning plan and they can set up their own assessment based on whether it's a multiple choice questions or more of like hands-on based assessments. And the platform provides you all the framework which can be used to deliver a, I would say, uh, course which measures your skill first, and based on that it will recommend you what are different courses you can learn. And then at the end, again, you can take some assessments. For example, this course, becoming Kubernetes administrator, you can take this one. And as you can see my screen, I have taken and I just scored beginner. Then this platform recommends me to take some of content from this learning plan. And once I take those courses, then I can go ahead and take my assessment one more time to see how I'm doing with this skill set. Yeah, just for everyone, these courses are available on NASCOM platform as well. And just in case if you want to know more about it, you can always shoot me an email, or you can connect me on social media sites. There we can discuss about it, how you can especially use modern platforms to upskill your workforce and be current and future ready.
We have few more questions, Rajesh, from the audience. Someone is asking how it will be difficult for a country like India with a huge population for this upskill task.
Right, that's a very good question, and definitely, a quality education matters, and at the same time, when it comes to quantity, India, where a lot of people are there to learn, so having a central platform is very good because it's easily available to anyone, right? And since you brought the point of quantity, right, one-on-one training is going to be really hard for many people. That's where you need to have a tool which are centralized and easily accessible. At the same time, it should be self-based learning. It's not like people should be time bound.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rajesh. And I think that was a very good question in terms of how do we kind of address skilling in a country like India. So I'm Priya Madhavan from NASCOM FutureSkills. So skilling is the need of the hour. And with the platform that NASCOM is having, the FutureSkills Platform, which focuses on both the technology learning, which could be using videos, presentations, and also providing these type of hands-on environment through virtual labs, is one good way of helping people reskill. And the other very important point is adhering to a standard. So we are working with the industry, and we have industry defined standards which is accepted by NSDC, National Skills Development Corporation. So for each of these roles, we have what are the typical competencies that the roles should have. So everybody need not have to reinvent all this. So once you know what are the skills required for the job, and this is industry defined, government recognized, then people who want to pick up that new skill can just say, okay, these are the competencies I need to pick up. This is how I need to go about do it and get it done, and all using a platform. So that is one thing that we from FutureSkills are really working hard to enable the country to help them reskill in the technology what they prefer. And very soon we are going to be having the Prime platform launch, which is driven by MeitY, Ministry of Electronics and IT, and Masscom, which will be available to all the citizens of India, where this platform will be open to the learners to actually make use of it effectively for upskilling and reskilling.
Right.
Another question, Rajesh, is Cloudable Learning Platform can be used by individuals or is it just for companies?
Yeah, so Cloudable Learning Platform is available for individuals as well, and it's also for the companies. So individuals, they can go and sign up right now. Even companies, they can go and sign up. But yeah, our platform, the one I have shown in the demo, it's for anybody who wants to consume the content. But there are some definitely additional benefits if somebody comes as a company.
Thank you. Another question is, how is the use or Coursera, Udemy, and other sources?
Right. So I'm fan of Coursera and Udemy because of their popularity, and I have used their platform for various learning in the past. But as you know, those are something like content-based learning where you go and learn by reading articles or watching videos. But that's not going to help you, because when you go and in the real time, when you have to work on something, you need hands-on. And that's where the virtual labs or hands-on based learning platforms which are out there in the market are gaining popularity, because those are teaching you the real-time skill instead of theoretical knowledge about something.
Okay.
Okay.
Another one is, how do you differentiate Udemy from Cloudable? And I think this one is answered when you answered the previous question, or do you want to add something?
So that's right. Yeah. So in the previous question, I have answered that, like Cloudable Learn is more of hands-on based learning platform. It's everything is curated or organized to by taking hands-on learning as base. But on the other hand, Udemy, you can find more courses definitely there, but they are more of theoretical.
Okay. Another question is, are the courses paid? If yes, will my company sponsor the same?
Right. So some courses are free, some and again, it depends what type of courses you are taking. But most of courses are paid because those requires huge investment from Cloudable as a company to get those courses on platform from the industry experts. And so again, prices are not that high, but in case if you are interested to mm, uh, come as a company, you can always talk to your manager or anyone from your learning department, and ask them to reach out to us, and we can see how we can work with your company to give you a better and valuable experience. Yeah.
Thank you, Rajesh. Any more questions? Okay, there's another question. What will be the approximate costing for 50 seats organization?
Okay, so that's something I think I can answer later because that's more of cost related, and I believe that is related to Cloudable Learn platform, right? So if it is related to Cloudable Learn platform, then I would recommend please share me your email. I can follow up with you later. That way we can decide what suits you best. Whether it's, again, we can discuss more in details through our communication there.
Okay. So the attendee has shared his email ID. I will share that with you.
Great. at least we'll take up two questions. If you have any, feel free to shoot them.
Any other questions?
I think
we don't. Yeah, we don't have any more questions. Thank you, Rajesh. This was an amazing and an insightful session.
Great.
For more information about courses on emerging technologies, the attendees can visit fslearning.nascom.in. The link for the same has been shared in the chat box. Thank you so much, everyone.
Great. Thank you. Bye. Have a good one.
Bye.